All right, behind the building, this commercial building here, I've got this drainage problem. I've got eaves troughs running into these tubes to try and get some water away, but when it rains, this building is so low, it's just like it's sitting in a swamp. The water pools up here and comes into the building onto the concrete floor. The concrete floor is actually quite low. You see I've dug a little section out there, and it's at the bottom of that section that is the concrete floor. So I've dug a pit here. I'm going to try a sump pump. I got this idea from some other handyman guy on YouTube. I've got a pit there to fit a 5-gallon bucket, and I'm going to do just a quick and dirty sump pump and see if I can pump some of this water out and see if it helps. Okay, so here's my cheapo sump pump setup. I got a 1/3 horsepower sump pump, which I got used for 20 bucks. Okay, so that's going to go in a 5-gallon bucket. Now the float switch, I don't know if you can see that there. When it was mounted on the pump, it actually doesn't fit properly inside this little bucket here. So I just mounted it to the side of the bucket, and I think that'll work. It'll come up and turn the pump on and then come down and shut the pump off. And then the pump fits along the side there. When it was mounted to the pump here, it was banging against the side of the bucket. So that's the basic idea. We're going to mount the switch and the pump in like that, and drill some holes on the side to let the water in. Okay, getting ready to drill the holes in the side of the bucket. I'm going to use just a 3/8 inch drill bit and drill a bunch of holes in here to let the water in. And then I'm going to wrap the bucket in this washable furnace filter. Just a cut to fit furnace filter. You can get these anywhere. So it's 20 by 25 inches by 1, this particular one. 20 inches wide here. So what I'm going to do is, so I can get away with only using one of these, is cut at the 10-inch mark, cut it halfway, and that will give me from this lip here down close to the bottom of the bucket. And then I'll be able to stick the two pieces together and wrap it around and get away with using only one filter. And so I'll keep my holes in kind of this area down here. Close enough. Measure twice, cut once. Okay. All right. Pretty close. Okay, so now, as I mentioned, if we have this right up to the lip there, that takes us to about 1.5 inches or so from the bottom. So that should be enough material. I'll make sure I put my holes in between there so that that they're filtered. And we just want to filter so that mud or gunk doesn't run into the bucket and get into the pump. Whoa! It's either a sharp bit or a thin deal. All right, now I got some zip ties, which probably aren't long enough to go all the way around. Nope, but we can join them together. Like that. And then they will be long enough to go around. That's good, I think. Let's try one of our filter pieces here. Just go around like that. And then the other filter piece can be kind of tucked in like that and sent around like that. Okay, now let's try and line this up on the back. Keep that up top. I think I'll keep the handle just so this thing's easy to move around. Oh yeah, there's lots of material here. We can overlap it by quite a bit. All right, we'll cut these off now that we've kind of cinched them up. Now, if you've ever cut yourself on one of these, here's a little tip. You know that hurts. Like if you, I don't know, you tie something underneath the hood of your car or something, and then you're reaching, and you'll know it when your hand runs across one of these babies. There are special clippers that cut these flush so that they're not sharp like that. But here's a little thing that I do. Here's a little tip. Try and cut it as close as you can. You know, cut it as straight as you can. And then just take a lighter. Oh, don't want to burn. This one's tough because it's close to the insulation, which appears to be melty. Melty. Just melt that plastic a little bit, and what it does is it just rounds it off so it's not sharp anymore. Look, that's not sharp anymore. Okay, let's go try it out. All right, we're ready to try this now. I got my sump bucket with the pump in there. Put a couple of rocks in the bottom just to keep the pump in place, and also to help weigh it down in the hole. I just have a garden hose running out that way to the ditch. And let's give her a try. I might have to get it a little deeper in the hole, which is unfortunate, or move the switch, because the switch isn't quite high enough. I think if this pit filled up with water a little more, then I think the water would be forced up a little higher and turn on the switch. think that's going to work. Water flows into those 3/8 or rather 3/8 inch holes pretty quickly. And I think my filter is going to keep out, well, the filter combined with the small holes, I think will keep out any big chunks of dirt and sand. And hopefully keep the area a little bit drier back here. It can't hurt. We're pumping water out away from the building. And that's what I was able to do for about 30 bucks total. Used pump and a piece of filter material. And there it shut off. Alright guys, thanks for watching my budget pump video. Hopefully this gives you some ideas, and thank you for the guy who gave me the idea. I'm kind of just recycling that guy's idea, using a 5-gallon bucket like this with filter media. So thanks for watching. Take care.